The Book of Disquiet by Fernando Pessoa. Section 55. However much my soul may be descended from the Romantics, I can find no peace of mind except in reading classical authors. The very sparseness by which their clarity is expressed comforts me in some strange way. For them, I get a joyful sense of expansive life that contemplates large open spaces without actually traveling through them. Even the pagan gods take a rest from the unknown. The obsessive analysis of our sensations, sometimes of merely imagined sensations, the identification of our heart with the landscape, the anatomic exposure of all our nerves, the substitution of desire for the will, and of longing for thinking. All these things are far too familiar to be of interest to me, or to give me peace when expressed by another. Whenever I feel them, and precisely because I feel them, I wish I were feeling something else. And when I read a classical author, that something else is given to me. I frankly and unblushingly admit it. There's not a passage of Chateaubriand or a canto of Lamartine, passages that often seem to be the voice of my own thoughts, cantos that often seem to have been written for me to know myself, that transports and uplifts me like a passage of Vieira's prose, or like certain odes by one of our few classical writers who truly followed Horace. I read and am liberated. I acquire objectivity. I cease being myself and so scattered. And what I read, instead of being like a nearly invisible suit that sometimes oppresses me, is the external world's tremendous and remarkable clarity, the sun that sees everyone, the moon that splotches the still earth with shadows, the wide expanses that end in the sea, the blackly solid trees whose tops greenly wave, the steady peace of ponds on farms, the terraced slopes with their paths overgrown by grapevines. I read as one who abdicates, and since the royal crown and robe are never as grand as when the departing king leaves them on the ground, I lay all my trophies of tedium and dreaming on the tiled floor of my antechambers, then climb the staircase with no other nobility but that of seeing. I read as one who's passing through, and it's in classical writers, in the calm-spirited, in those who, if they suffer, don't mention it, that I feel like a holy transient, an anointed pilgrim, a contemplator, for no reason of a world with no purpose, prince of the great exile, who, as he was leaving, gave the last beggar the ultimate alms of his desolation.